podcast.
Oh my God! I think
Late as
we're
usual.
live. I think we're late as usual. I apologize. Franklin, can you check to see if we're on YouTube?
Working on it.
Yeah. Welcome to the Tesla Talks podcast, folks. We've had some extreme technical difficulties. I know I probably say that every week, but this week we actually did. We did. It was like a last minute feed thing. And guys, how's my camera look?
Good.
Fine.
Can you see that in the chat? Did my link show up? I tried posting a link to the other one.
Yeah. It's going to be, we had to change, I apologize, we had to change the stream and everything because the other one, it's a long story. I don't even know half the story, but if you're watching this, thank you very much. If you're not, wow, new link. I apologize, Raymond. The link I tweeted out yesterday and told everyone about, it's not that link, it's this one. If you're listening to us afterwards, then this is why you listen to us afterwards. You don't listen to us live because this is what happens. People are coming in. Dax says Elon confirmed. No, I wish I was Elon. I wish I had half of Elon's brains or money. But we're here. We're just going to wait a couple minutes, maybe a minute for everyone to come in. It's 8:07. That wasn't that bad, Franklin. I started later and not even had issues before.
That's on par.
Actually, to be quite honest, I started later because of waiting for other people that I'm not going to mention.
You talking about me?
Sounds like Franklin.
I am always on time, sir.
Oh, yeah, you're always.
Try to be on time.
I haven't talked to you in a long time, Franklin. How are you doing?
Good. Yourself?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
And Dan, I talked to you recently, but not as long as Franklin. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Dan is from Northern Tesla, as he's shamelessly plugging above him.
Yes.
Which is good. Franklin is from, where are you from again?
Drive Tesla Canada.
No, you're not from Drive Tesla Canada.
I'm a writer.
He's a part-timer.
You did 1 or 2, maybe 3 or 2.5. Where are you from before you stole Darren's employment?
I'll have you know, I do 4 articles a year for Drive Tesla Canada, okay?
He's from Mother Frunker on
Sure.
Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat and all those kind of...
You use half those platforms.
You're right. Sorry, TikTok. It was just TikTok.
TikTok.
Anyway.
I don't even... Guys, you know what? Talk amongst yourselves for like 30 seconds. I don't even have the topics lined up yet. This is how bad I am.
So I got you. We can get started here.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to start with this one.
Let's start with the fun topic.
Which is?
The radar. Let's just get into it. Let's talk about radar and Tesla.
Yeah, sure. We can do that. Let me just pull that up because I totally forgot that radar one. Okay, start it. Franklin, tell me what you know about radar.
Okay, so let's take us back in a time travel. No. Way back when, Tesla started manufacturing their cars, and they decided on a set of hardware for their vehicle. They decided for ultrasonic sensors, radar, and then cameras. And make a long story short, you travel through a bunch of years. They upgraded the hardware. They upgraded the cameras once. The hardware was upgraded 2-3 times, I believe. It had AP1, 2, 2.5, 3. So they're on 4 variations of hardware. And more recently, about 5-6 months ago, they took away the radar off vehicles and they went vision only because they said they couldn't fuse data together. So they got too many input data and it was making all their data input fuzzy. So everyone in the community overnight were like, yep, vision only is the way to go. And as of yesterday, Tesla registered a new high-resolution radar unit with the FCC, which leads people to believe that there is a new radar version coming with hardware version 4. And then on top of all this, there was a an agreement with Samsung, I believe, that had
Cameras.
millions of cameras. So there's new high resolution cameras. There's radar. The radar that they're going to be using is like super HD radar or like high definition radar. So it's going to be more like lidar based. So that's more or less what they're doing, and you guys can share your opinions, your thoughts, and then I'll give you my thoughts on it all. So I just kind of summarize what's going on.
Yeah, well, thanks for that summarization. It was last year, just over a year ago, is when they, and I only know this because I got my Model Y, and I was one of the first to have to sign something saying that I know my car doesn't have a radar in it. That's when they dropped it. So that was the middle to the end of May, which is just over a year ago. And yeah, it's returned on a June 7th resolution, registering with the U.S. Federal Commission's Communications Commission, the FCC. I know everyone. I know Green the Only is one that picked this up. I think it was it Green?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see the writing on the wall type of thing, but I don't know. I think maybe we're as Tesla enthusiasts or fanboys or whatever you want to label us as, we're quick to do that, right? Like we're quick to jump to conclusions, and I mean that's human nature. You can't. I'm not faulting or blaming anybody for that, but yeah, we're assuming that radar is coming back. I mean, I don't have an explanation or a reason for what else it could be, so I might be in that same boat, but I'm at the same time I'm a little apprehensive about committing to that theory. I'm going to wait and see what happens. I mean, Elon and Tesla, well, especially Elon, or mostly Elon, has been, for the last year, has been touting this whole radar is dead. We don't need it. Vision, vision, vision. And yeah, the cameras, that Samsung deal that was just announced yesterday or today, that's pretty interesting too. But you know what? It's not interesting. We knew that they'd have to, put newer, better cameras. They're not going to just keep the old cameras going in it. I mean, why would they? They would move with technology, just like hardware 4. So will this be a hardware 4 suite with this new high radar or high definition radar? We'll have to wait and see. But I guess we know your take, right, Franklin? I guess you think it is.
So I believe that it is for the cars for a number of reasons. So if you look at the top 50, there's about 50 companies that are working on full self-driving right now. There's about 30 to 35 of them that are making
autonomous driving.
Autonomous driving, yeah. There's like 30, 40 of them that are all doing really impressive things. I'm talking without humans in the driver's seat across all different places around the world. 30 of them are in the US. So it's really fascinating. One thing they all have in common is they all have either lidar or HD radar and high resolution radar, which is similar to what Tesla just sent through. So I feel like Tesla's kind of playing catch up here in this circumstance, and I feel like it's a good thing because they the way I see it is this: if you think Tesla uses lidar as their baseline for data collection, why would you be constantly verifying your data to the baseline? Why not start with the baseline? This is all data collection. The data collection part's really easy. The hard part's what you do with the data. It's the algorithms and the neural networks after you collect the data of what to do. So it just makes sense that they're going to use radar. I've been saying they needed radar even before they did this. Dax and I have had a long-standing discussion about radar. And when I saw this, he was the first person to message. I'm like, hey, Dax. But yeah, this is...
And then I ignored him.
Yeah, he did. But it's definitely come back. I think it puts them on par. The best example I can give you, the geofence in Toronto, they cannot collect the data with our cars to fix the geofence. If you've noticed, and there's been articles and videos and stuff about it, they have lidar-based cars driving around our street cars to try to fix that geofence problem. And the reason why is they cannot collect the data with our vehicles. If they cannot collect the data with our vehicles, that means that it won't be able to full self-drive properly with what we have. It needs new cameras to be able to hear. It needs new cameras to be able to see further and see better, especially in rain, snow, ice, that sort of stuff. So you factor in new cameras. It's going to need a new new computer chip because the camera's already at their limits. My screen lags like crazy. So you start factoring in all the upgrades, and it just makes sense. I will say one thing, and I'm very happy that Elon's not complacent. I think being able to adapt and say, hey, I made a mistake, and this might be the best way forward to be able to achieve our goal is better than trying to stick with something long term that isn't going to work. So I think that's a positive.
What do you think, Dan?
Well, I'm not too sure it is for the cars exactly, because if you look at the timing of all of this, the FCC came out today or the last couple of days, but the filing was actually a couple of years ago. Like if you look at the link of it, the first letter was from April 2021, which was before or after they got rid of radars in your car, Dax?
Yeah, this is what Hockey Day is saying in the chat too. Yeah,
the actual, so there's in the filing there's a couple application letters, and there's also some test pages, and the test pages go back to 2018. So this could either be something they've been testing for a while, then along the way they realized that they didn't need radar, so they kind of put this on the back burner, and there's the FCC ruling is just coming out now. That could be it, or it could be maybe they're just going forward with more of an HD radar, like you said. But like I don't think it's crystal clear that they are coming back with radar.
Yeah, that's a good point. I
forgot
about that.
The whole to throw a wrench in your whole theory there, Dan.
Yeah, go ahead.
They've been actively hiring on their job posting descriptions people that are radar specialists over the last year.
Okay, here's my next theory. How about Tesla Bot?
The radars for the bot.
Yeah.
See, and this is what I'm getting at, Franklin. I'm just not to say I'm disagreeing with you, but I'm just wondering out loud, I guess you could say. As Tesla enthusiasts, we're so quick to jump on an article or a finding that somebody finds, and Dan and Hockey Day and whoever else found it is. Kudos to them for finding that. Yeah, this is a couple years old. So yeah, maybe it's exactly what they're saying. It's a couple years old, and we're making a big thing about it. But they're like, yeah, they're looking at all the information, and they're sitting in their not Fremont, well, maybe Fremont or Austin, and they're laughing at us.
The other thing is, like, I know Franklin said that the two weren't talking to each other properly, but I think Elon mentioned a response to a tweet where he said that if they're going to go for vision only, but as a backup, as a sensor for backup, it'll be radar as opposed to LiDAR. So I think they're still going the vision route. It's just that instead of trying to get data from both, they're going to go with vision and as a backup sensor, because like, as us drivers, we have eyes. We can see what's going on. We don't have any backup systems. Our eyes are it. But as a full self-driving vehicle, if the car has cameras, that's how you see the road. But you also have those backup cameras or backup radars, and that's to make it just as much safer, right?
Yeah.
If they can get to that point.
Yeah, but I don't know. I keep changing back and forth all the time. Go ahead, Franklin.
When did you get your car?
May 26th.
2022?
2021. Okay, no, I didn't get it 2 weeks ago.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, sorry. Do you want to? I'm gonna share something.
Dax is nervous now.
No, I'm just looking to see what you. Is it a black screen? I've got something in the way there. Is this what you're sharing?
Yep. February 5th, 2022. Only very high resolution radar is relevant.
So yeah, so maybe he was
hinting at it.
Hinting.
So I saw that. If you go up on the tweet, it's asking someone. It goes further up, saying something about the vision is the way to go. But if you're going to do radar, only the HD is relevant.
Well, here's the thing. Here's my question to you, Franklin. And what's your name, Dan?
Yeah.
If we are going the radar, we're bringing radar back, as Justin Timberlake says, if we're bringing radar back, is Elon actually? Do we expect Elon to come out and publicly say something? Because he's a proud man, and I don't know if he'll make or Tesla will even make anything public, or if they'll just slide it in there and maybe announce it that it has radar and not say anything else. I can see them doing that. Or do you think that they're gonna actually own their mistake here?
No, they're gonna slide it in.
They're going to own up to it on AI Day and say, here's a new hardware suite. And they're not going to own up to it. They're going to say, like, the existing stack's going to work 3 times safer with made up numbers. But the new one's going to be like 1,000 times better because of this, and that.
Okay.
You got to remember, when he removed it, he spent years saying, like, you need the ultrasonic, you need the radar, you need the cameras. Then they removed it. And he's like, this is why. And they really pumped up the reasons why. And everyone, this is the part that gets me. Everyone in the community, not everyone, like a lot of people in the community that were for vision only, just flipped overnight, like poof. And just because Elon said that.
Because Elon the God said so, right? Yeah.
This morning.
I'm guilty of it.
This morning, I did not flip though. This morning, I wake up to Twitter, and these same people that have a tweet history of bashing vision only, and you know who you are. There's some very big people in the community that are like the biggest yes man ever. They wake up this morning and it's amazing. They're Team Radar again.
I know that's I don't know.
They're going to come up with HD maps too while we're on the discussion of HD stuff. I expect that at AI Day. Tesla's own mapping system.
They're not going to rely on Google.
What else is at AI Day? Tesla Bot with the radar.
Tesla Bot had a working prototype at Giga Austin party. It was only for people that had a purple pass, which is limited to like 15 people. So
Was it what?
And they're probably NDA'd. Well, obviously not if you found out.
I have connections.
That's what I'm saying though.
If you guys, it's funny too because I hinted to it at the time on Twitter. I'm just like posted things with purple, just like random purple stuff. Anyway, so I'm kind of curious to see what their actual bot looks like and what it can actually do come AI Day. But be fascinating.
Well, he's come out already, and I don't want to go off on a tangent here because we don't do that on this show and talk about the bot because it was one of the topics. But he's come out and said just yesterday or the day before that it's not going to look like the one that the dancing idiot on stage thing that they had. So can you imagine what it's going to look like? Is it going to look like here's what I picture. You tell me what you guys think it looks like. But my picture is some Minecraft Steve square like just like completely like crude looking thing.
Dan, do you think it'll be taller than Dax?
Well, yeah.
It has to be.
Obviously. But you have to be able to overpower it, so maybe not.
If you look at Boston Dynamic, and they've been at it a long time, they try to make it look as less robot-y as possible, and even they struggle. I don't know how he was expecting to have it not like look human-like right off the start, like that quickly.
I just picture something like it. I think it'll look humanoid-ish, like arms, legs, torso, and maybe a head. I don't even know if it'll have a head, or it'll just be like the vision will be coming out of his chest or neck or something. I don't know. Well, we'll have to wait and see because
Terminator style.
Terminator?
Yeah.
Well, that's humanoid, right? I don't know. Yeah, and that's exactly the mood. The mood says Lost in Space robot. That's almost exactly like a tin can type of thing. That's exactly what I'm thinking. Well, wait a minute. The original Lost in Space or the new Lost in Space? Because the new Lost in Space, the robot is like very futuristic, almost like cool looking. Oh, very cool looking. I'm showing my key. Okay, well, let's move on to the next topic. And unless you guys want to hammer this, your point home more about this? No?
Oh, Dax, are you going to be upset when your vehicle out of date with your vision only.
Well, okay, well, that's what I want to ask you. So if they do this, whether they do it and they come out and own it, or if they just sweep it under the rug and just sneak it in there, what are they going to do with these hundreds of thousands of cars that they've put out in the last year plus that doesn't have a radar?
Every vehicle is going to need a change, all 2 million of them.
Well, oh yeah, well, I guess, yeah, even your cars, even your original garbage cars are going to need it. I mean,
well, Green only said that it doesn't look like they're going to be retrofit capable because of, I guess, the pin or something of the cable that's attaching the current radar would be compatible with the new one with the amount of data that would be going through it.
Oh, buddy, all I know is if this turns into a mess with retrofitting and incompatibility hardware,
yeah,
tell me now. I'm gonna pull my money out of my stock because this is going to really, really hurt them.
I think he made the mistake of promising FSD
in 2016.
Yeah, he's made that's the problem he made. He kept overselling. And I know some people will say like, "Oh, he didn't oversell on the website," but they argued to the SEC that his Twitter account's like an official source of news for Tesla.
Of course,
he's been overselling FSD for way too long. And I think at some point he has to deliver. And if this is the point of how he delivers, they're going to figure out a way to retrofit everybody. Otherwise, he's going to have like 2 million angry customers.
Well, you know what? It's not like they can't afford it. It's not like it's going to, I mean, the shareholders might be a little ticked off, but really think of it. Is it really going to dent their bottom line at the end of the day if they were to pay for this all and retrofit everyone? But yeah, no, there'll be a lot of pissed off people. I agree because he has been promising, and now he's saying the end of the year, right?
It depends on how the retrofit is too, though. Keep that in mind because a lot of the original S and X owners kind of got screwed over because they weren't allowed to get upgrades for FSD.
Well, they didn't. Yeah, they didn't have even the things in the car they have it.
Yeah, but I'm saying they've purchased it and they can't get anything.
Yeah, but I know what you're saying. I remember that now.
Here's the other part.
Look at the number of those people compared to the number of the people now.
Sure. My MCU lags like crazy. Like I'm talking frame drops like nuts.
That's all the porn you watch in your browser, though.
That's what we're talking about. Your uploading speed delay. Right? So Dax was having technical difficulty before we started, and he had to like leave. He's like, "I'm uploading something." I go to Dan. He's uploading porn.
No. Wait, I mean, no.
Back on topic.
You can't bring that out, and I not have a chance to like explain to everyone what it was. It was I was doing a video today for YouTube, and I was using my GoPro. And what I do is to back up my video is I have a GoPro account where it uploads unlimited to the cloud. So I was just plug it in and it uploads automatically. That's all it was. It was charging, so it uploaded automatically. And at the last minute before we came on, as we were brainstorming for this technical difficulty, because I did look like Minecraft, apparently according to these two guys, so I had to go unplug it.
It was home videos. Where will AI be held? Was a question.
Austin, I would say, right?
I imagine Austin. Yeah, seems like to be his new go-to.
Yeah, everything like is Austin.
Yeah, I'm with where he said it will work. He'll say it'll work, but it'll work better with hardware 4. How do you pronounce his name? Julio. We had last month the podcast. We had this discussion. And we hammered it out. Paul and I. It's Julio.
And that's the thing that if what we have right now in the current cars works for FSD, then he doesn't have to retrofit anymore. If hardware 4.0 just works better, then but as long as our cars still work with FSD, they're not going to do a retrofit.
No, they may not. But what about little old me? That I mean,
yeah, you have a problem.
Yeah, because I have no radar, and if they're basing the software and stuff like that on a radar dependency, yeah, I think I need it.
You should tear down your car to see if there's room for a radar.
Here's where it gets
really interesting
and all that.
What's the CO possibility problems? Do you know what Moo's talking about?
CO2. No. Moo, can you expand on that more?
Yeah,
we'll cover
please.
it. here's where it gets really interesting. What do you guys consider FSD complete? Because according to the website today, it talks about like as long as you can drive on city streets, basically as long as FSD works to some level degree, it's feature complete.
Yeah, but no, because even now, like every time I go on the website for something and I see it asks me to pay that $13,000, I see the cat in the background and it's distracting me. When I see that $13,000, buy now, and I see all the list of things that it says it has, and then it says coming soon, and it talks about streets and.
Sure, but it doesn't say anything about robotaxi or driving by itself.
No, it doesn't need robotaxi to be.
Do you know where he talks about that though? On his Twitter.
Yeah, exactly. He needs to.
So does that qualify? So when I purchased my car, I bought FSD based off his tweets. So, because that's technically an official source of news. So does it have to be feature complete based off his tweets or based off the Twitter or based off the website?
I don't know.
Do you see what I'm getting at?
Are you trying to do a segue?
No. Yeah, I can't tell either. That's what I thought too.
I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, no. I don't know. No, I know it's an open question. It's a fair question. I don't know.
Well, yeah. You're not going to see robotaxi anywhere on Tesla's website.
With all due respect, FSD is a huge issue to complete. Sure, it is, but you don't see other people.
You don't need to be respectful. We're all on the same page here. We think that it's not coming anytime soon.
No, that's not what he means. But there's like 50 companies working on this. There's only one person that leads one company that keeps reiterating that it's a done problem or it's coming this year. Like, I know it's hard. He has to just stop talking about when it's going to be complete and just get it complete, you know?
Yeah, you know what he's doing, though? I mean, and this is where, and I love to defend Elon as much as I can, and I'm finding it less and less likely to defend him or harder to defend him as days go on. Like, people have in the past referred to him as snake oil, like a snake oil salesman. And I was like, nah. But you know what? Lately, when I say lately, in the last year or two, yeah, it's seeming that way. Maybe my eyes are just opening up more. I don't know. But, like, I mean, he just recently said it last week or a few days ago where he says, oh, yeah, we have 100,000, and by the end of the year, we're going to have 1 million. And if you want to see what it's like, buy FSD. It's like, oh, okay, he makes it sound so simple. Just buy FSD. Like, I've got $15,000 to just buy FSD.
Have you ever considered the million number, by the way? So there's 2 million Teslas sold. For there to be 1 million FSD cars on the road, they have to be either Canada or US. So you're telling me out of 2 million cars, 50% of them are in Canada, US, and they all have FSD.
Yeah, the take rate's impossible.
They're all new cars that have it. Like, that doesn't include any old cars that need retrofits or have the ability. And that take rate's like near 100%. There's no way they're getting 1 million FSD cars on the road by the end of the year.
No, I kind of agree with Dana. 2 weeks. We all don't know what we're talking about. It'll be 2 weeks.
Hey, on the topic of Elon, you want to talk about Twitter real quick? His purchase? What's
YouTube?
What's that, sorry?
He's buying YouTube, apparently.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is what's annoying about Tesla fans, and you know what? It's maybe I'm one of those things where I'm like ganging up on my own people, so to speak, because I consider myself one. But yeah, he makes one comment about Twitter, and then he makes another comment about Facebook, and now all of a sudden he's buying Facebook. Like, where's the connection? Like, what kind of a leap did we get to there?
Rich man buys company. No, but what's your take on the whole Twitter thing? Do you think it's a distraction?
It's a complete distraction. And I know he came out a couple of weeks ago and he says, and he broke down the percentages of how much he spends on each project or each company. I don't buy it. I think he came out and said that because he knew people were complaining. And people were thinking that. And it was hurting Tesla. There's no way you can tell me that okay, the market was the market, and by the way, I'm no stock expert, far from it. But my belief is there's no way that other than the market being crap, there's no way that you can't tell me that Twitter interest and crap that was going on didn't affect Tesla some way negatively.
You think it's good for the mission, though?
How?
Well, so
How can it be connected to the mission?
the problem is that like a lot of people use Twitter, like, they have a thought in their heads and they go and tweet it. The problem with it, and Elon could be doing the same thing. He thinks of something, he just wants to tweet it out, like, make people laugh. But everyone takes Elon, like every single word is dissected to no end, and it takes off from there, right?
And he doesn't see it that way.
Yeah, he does it, but I'm sure there could be a thing where, like, everything he tweets is really well thought out and methodical, or he just has a thought in his head and he tweets it out.
Sustainable tweeting.
Sustainable tweet. Well,
that's a good tweet.
Who put that out?
Send tweet.
Okay.
Someone go tweet that so I can retweet it. Tag
Sustainable
me, please.
tweeting. Yes. Hashtag that, KK.
Sustainable tweeting. KK, are you still locked down on Twitter, right? If your account's not, yeah,
his account's locked.
It's like not locked, but like it's private. Basically, is what I'm saying. Sorry, I don't need to like put him on the spot. I want to be able to like tweet that publicly. I want to be able to retweet that. Basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah, that's funny. Okay, sorry. What other? Do you guys want to talk about the new battery?
Why not, right? Let me see if I can find the heading of the topic. This just broke just maybe an hour or half hour before we went live, and it's Tesla begins customer 4680 Model Y deliveries and a new variant outside of Texas. And I guess the new variant, I apologize, I didn't read the whole thing yet because I had too many technical difficulties. So let me know if you guys are familiar with what Darren wrote here. But I'm assuming it's that that smaller battery pack, one of 40, the ones that they were giving out to just employees and everything on delivery day.
Yeah. So it's a dual motor with a smaller battery.
Yeah. Okay. And so now it's just coming outside of the. I guess they're comfortable enough in the testing and the people that have had it inside around Austin area, and now they've expanding.
Yeah, I don't think it's available on the website yet, but they've been emailing or texting customers who have a long range, because obviously the wait is too long.
Oh yeah.
So they've been emailing those customers to see if they want to switch to this car to get it a little quicker.
Yeah, I'm reading it here now. It says that someone as far away as Florida has been made an offer to get that one. Well, what are we calling this one? Are we calling this?
It's the Model Y. So like, let's just like the old SR Plus for the 3. There's no more SR Plus. It's just Model 3 and then Model 3 long range. So this will be Model Y, then Model Y with long range. Okay,
here's the tweet, I guess. Or not the tweet, sorry. The text that came in from that Aaron guy. Interesting. So what do you got? So do you think this is going to go live in the studio in the configurator sometime soon? Like, are we now close?
I would think so. I would hope so, anyways.
Would you guys buy one?
Yeah.
Now, keep in mind, it's only $6,000 difference, apparently.
Yeah. Like for me, like I have the SR Plus, and like I'm okay with the range, but like, I would like a dual motor to get a little more speed and a little more pep. But for most people, like we're currently looking for a second one. And for my wife, who doesn't have a really long commute, and like a smaller battery pack would be fine.
Yeah.
So that could make the Y a little more affordable for most people.
Mm-hmm. What do you think, Franklin?
Does
this look affordable to you?
No.
How dare you? So you wouldn't get it? I mean, didn't you have an order for a standard range?
Me?
Yeah, well, the long range rear wheel drive originally.
Yep.
Before it wasn't a thing.
Yeah, that's what I had, and then they kind of like said goodbye. They don't want me as a customer. Give them $15,000 more for each model. I'm like, no, thanks. And then we parted ways.
And you never took them off on. You never, yeah. I guess you never bought one, right?
Because I wasn't. It's kind of crappy if you think about it. They held my money for like 3 years.
How much was it?
$3,200 for each order.
Oh, Jesus.
But there wasn't a deposit, like most people say. It wasn't a reservation. It was an actual order agreement. And they didn't even bother saying, hey, we're going to honor like the FSD price at the time, or we're going to honor the trim level at the time. They just basically said, give us $15,000 more for a lesser car. So it didn't make much sense, right? And if you think about it, like if that was like my first Tesla, I would be really not on board with getting a Tesla at that point. Like I'd be like, why am I supporting this company, right? I feel like they kind of really screwed over their customer base, those who had an order locked in that long.
Yeah, it would certainly leave a bad taste in your mouth to start off a relationship with a company.
Yeah. And if you think about it, like I know the software still has like overhead costs for research and development. I still get that, but how many of those orders do you think were locked in where people held them for as long as I did, where they'd say, hey, we're going to deduct $3,000 off of FSD just to make someone happy, you know, or like utilize the FSD software price to balance the price difference of the hardware.
Is that what they offered you?
No, they offered nothing. They said for me to pay more, and they're not honoring anything.
Well, see, and this is what I try to remind people when I hear these people talking about the Cybertruck reservations and how they promise this price and that price, and people think that they're actually going to honor those prices. I just like look at them and the FSD price. I'm like, you guys have no idea. You really don't, because they're not going to honor that price.
I don't think so.
No, definitely not.
No, before like when you first came reservations with the Cybertruck, you could purchase the FSD at that time, and they took that away. So,
yeah, I agree. Speaking of the Cybertruck, segue wise,
there you go.
Let's talk about the Cybertruck, because I'm excited. No, you know what? No, I shouldn't even pretend to say I'm excited. I'm not excited. I'm not excited at all anymore. I'm excited to see pictures and stuff like that and the interior shots, but I'm falling into this kind of what word am I looking for? I'm falling into this same opinion as many people are, that this thing is not going to be the 50,000 that they say that the dual motor was supposed to be in the end of 2019. No, it's not going to be. No. It's not going to be 70,000. I mean, I have a feeling that many people, yours truly being one of them, is not going to be able to afford this car, and it's going to break my heart. My wife will love it. She will love it. But for me, it'll break my heart to think that it's out of my price range, unless the stock does something crazy between now and when it's released. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see what happens. But with the prices going up on their existing models that they have already, and part shortages, and just global outlook in terms of pricing for everything, I can't see them being even remotely close to what prices they first announced. And all the signs are there. Like, they've taken all these things off the website. Like, the signs are on the wall.
Yeah, I think the dual might come in at like 70 US, but the quad will definitely be pushing 90.
Well, that's fine. Well, not that 70 is fine. I mean, I'd
US.
Yeah, I know US, because that's what, about 90, 95 here.
Yeah.
Because all I wanted was a dual. From day one, when it wasn't a quad and it was just a tri-motor, I couldn't wrap my wallet around that anyways.
All right, so let's talk about this interior.
Yeah. Let me scroll down and get some.
First thing I noticed is the dash. Does the dash look different? It looks like it doesn't look like that marble finish anymore.
No, absolutely not. They've really. Let me see if I can click on this. Can you guys see that? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. No. They've went more traditional.
For the audio listeners, we're looking at pictures of the Cybertruck.
Yes, I apologize to our audio listeners. We're looking at pictures from an article. I mean, everyone put it out, but Drive Tesla Canada put out the best one, obviously. And they had some pictures. Where was it? I have to go back to the article. It was being showcased somewhere in the States for some energy thing. And someone was savvy enough to get pictures, not just of the Cybertruck on the outside, because we've seen that before, and I guess nothing's changed. But they actually were able to get a picture of it from the inside. It looks like the door is open here. If you look on the right-hand side, I think that's like a rubber trim or something. So, yeah, you can see that it's a prototype. You can see the red buttons, the typical prototype where it's got the kill switches and the kill buttons on it. It's got no airbag. And it's got the stupid yoke, my opinion only. But what I do like is it does have the center console, not the binnacle over the steering wheel.
Like the Model S.
Like the Model S, a little more angular to go along with the Cybertruck look. The pedals, I mean, I don't know if those are going to come on it, but they look off, do they? Is it just me or do they not look off a little bit?
They're
so straight. Yeah, there's no curve to them at all. I'm just reading some of the comments here. Sorry, it looks less appealing than the OG Unveil. Do you guys agree, disagree?
Oh yeah, well, if we go back, let me see if I can go back to the picture down below. That's the original.
Yeah.
Mind you, that could just be the look of how they took a picture.
Yeah, and like the Model S renders and the Model 3 renders look like that as well. So
yeah,
I like the I don't like the screen in front of the yoke.
No. I've gotten used to it. You know what? I could say I've gotten used to it. I like the minimalistic look. Don't get me wrong. But you know what? It may serve a purpose. There may be things that the 17-inch center screen itself can't show when you need a truck, when you need it for towing and stuff like that. Maybe that's what they found.
Especially with their UI designers on V11. Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Yeah, true.
The biggest thing is like in the render, there's no, well, I guess the middle console, like the armrest area, that's new.
No, it was always supposed to be a 6-seater with that center bench folding down into an armrest. We'd never seen it in that other picture where it had that I showed you just now, the original one. It shows the third seat up.
Logs say that airbags are not required, so they will be removed soon.
Oh yeah. We found that people weren't using airbags a lot, so we took it out. But what do you guys think of this center console, the carpet, this mount at the bottom, how it's so squared off? Does that not look cheesy?
Yeah.
It doesn't look finished though, so I don't know if that's...
No, it doesn't. I hope. Yeah, I hope it's not finished. You know what that reminds me of? That reminds me back, and I might be dating myself a little bit here, guys, and people are listening at home. Remember in the 80s when the big thing, or even early 90s to mid 90s, when the big thing was to soup up your car and put like a stereo system in it, and people would make their own, and they put plywood, cut a couple holes in it, put some bass bins or subwoofers or whatever in there, and then they carpet it over and then just staple the carpet down to the plywood. That's what this reminds me of. Like, I don't know. I get that late 80s, 90s vibe when I see that. And nobody knows what I'm talking about. Okay.
Let's just move on.
Yes, I'm old.
I don't know if there's
some of the other comments. There's a Model X on the display, the UI and the animations on the center screen.
Yep, I'm looking at that right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's not surprising. I'm not surprised that the UI is not completed yet. I get that they're probably borrowing a lot of stuff from the X, especially if it's got soft closing doors, because it's got no handles and self-presenting doors. Yeah, you would need that kind of UI. And yeah.
Yeah, the UI designers, it takes them a while to change the render of the car. I get it.
Yeah, and you know, once again, this not scares me, just maybe it maybe puts things more in perspective to me and makes me realize that, yeah, this isn't going to be, I know they're saying early next year. It may not even be early next year if they don't even have the UI up to par yet. And maybe, I get it, maybe they are working on it in the background and just happens to be that this prototype isn't using the latest one. I don't know.
The other thing there was the windshield wiper, that big one. It's now apparently cut in half,
Is it? Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, someone mentioned it's like a switchblade style, so like the rest of it will pop out or something.
Really? Where did I see? Oh, right here. Yeah, you're. Buddy, I
Yeah,
didn't even see that. Let me see if I can zoom in on that a little bit. I didn't even notice that. And someone was saying it's switchblade like.
yeah, like so. I guess the rest of it's like I guess it's folded in or something, and when it's being used, it'll fold out and wipe everything.
Or it's broken.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, I didn't notice that before. What do you think, Franklin?
I think it's a good change. What I was just I was just reading one of the comments. They can barely complete the UI for production cars. I think that's a good change. What I find interesting is they're taking feedback by showing little tidbits of these leaks, and they're saying like, "Hey, the community really, really hated the original wiper, so let's change it up," which I think is neat. Um, aren't these like they're supposed to come out next year at some point? I feel like they're still like tinkering around with
Mhm.
a lot.
Design ideas. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's not a bad thing. It's good, but like I'm kind of curious to see when we're going to see like more of a final build, right? Because doesn't this still seem kind of unpolished?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, and that's once again that's what scares me. What's with this door here? Is the front driver's side door just open a little bit? Like down at the bottom, the shadowing here, is that just dense or or misalignment in the panels, or is the doors open?
because the top of it looks flush.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't.
the door's misaligned.
Oh God.
Yeah.
So how many builds do they have of this thing? Is this just the same build that they keep kind of like tweaking in it with their stuff, or?
So when I was in Austin, Texas, I talked to one of the workers there. That's a fun story if you guys want to hear it. I almost got stuck in the factory. Um, there's a guy who worked at Tesla, and he was telling me that he's only ever seen 3 total go in and out of Austin, and he believes that was all the ones that they had that they brought for the event. So there is 3. This might be number 4 because this one's different than the ones we've seen slightly. So this might be number 4. I could be wrong, or it could be one of the 3 that we never got to see a good look of the interior because they were like, "Do not touch them." So
You're not the only one with sources, Franklin. I can't say anything. Moving on.
what do you mean you can't say anything? Like you can't do it that way.
I can't. I can't.
What can't you say?
I can't say how many prototypes I've heard that they have.
Just less than 6 or more than 6?
You know what looks funny in this picture?
Less than 6 or more than 6?
Tell me this, guys. Every single time we've seen on these prototypes as of late, we're not seeing the actual hubcaps that were on the original reveal. Like, are they going with this ugly Model 3 style rim, or are they going to put hubcaps on? Because it looks ugly the way it is now. Like, the wheels make the truck.
Yeah, but it's just like the Model 3. You just pop it off and you have what you have, right? Or
Okay, but why are they not putting it on then? Like, why are they keep showcasing this thing without it? That I'm wondering if that means they're not going to have that wheel cap.
Yeah, I like the original ones. They keep changing it. I think they're going to do it without. Even if they do a hubcap, I feel like it's so. Do you have the original, Dex?
I can't.
I'm telling you, the original looked really nice. Yeah.
Oh, it did look. It looked amazing. And you know what? I can guarantee you, if they don't ship with that one, I guarantee you what's going to happen. There's going to be an aftermarket for it. Immense. It'll be someone before long is going to jump on that and get it.
I'm surprised there's no aftermarket for aero wheels for even the 3 or the Y. You don't see a lot of those.
Sorry, I got the wrong one here. But I'll just zoom in.
They're looking into Apple AirPlay at least. Oh, you know, prototypes are easy.
Yeah. So that's the original ones, and they look sweet. They
Speaking of
finish off the look.
Are they adding Apple Music as a music source? Do you want to? Yeah, let's talk about that real quick because that's a fun conversation. Hold on, let me.
What are we talking about?
Apple Music.
Does he mean Apple Music or Apple Play?
Yeah, CarPlay or Apple Music. Who asked that? I'll put it on if I can find it.
The KKVR.
Yeah.
KK, where are you, KK?
You said adding Apple Music.
I don't have that yet. I don't see that.
Okay. So
This one? This one?
No, before that.
This one?
Before that.
it doesn't matter. You can remove.
Oh,
this
yes.
stuff.
Okay.
Bring us back full screen.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So I'm gonna. Can I have some beef with the whole music source selection thing? Our car is supposed to be the most technologically advanced vehicle in the world. Spotify is the most with 350 million users. Apple Music is second. Amazon Music is third. YouTube Music is fourth. Pandora is fifth. We have one out of the top 5 music streaming services on our vehicles available.
No. We have Slacker. Slacker's got to be somewhere there.
Okay.
Couldn't even say with a straight face.
Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, YouTube, Pandora, SoundCloud, Tidal, Tencent Music, Ghana Music. I don't know where.
Okay, you're losing me with other ones I don't never even heard of. Okay, I get your point. No, I agree, but I don't know. I don't think they're ever. I think it's that battle with Tim Cook. I don't think we're ever going to see anything Apple on there.
So we're not going to see Apple Music because of the battle with Tim Cook. We're not going to see Amazon Music because of the battle with Jeff Bezos.
Yeah.
He doesn't like YouTube apparently, so we're not going to see YouTube Music.
We have YouTube in the cars.
Yeah.
Is he going to pull it?
That's just a web link. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Aren't all these things just a link, like a line of code to do?
So the live streaming services like Disney, YouTube, and all those are just literally just web links, and that's why you can open up. You can link those to go to anything full screen. It's just a web browser full screen, essentially, which they unlock video stream while the car's in park. So it's slight fine tune, but the music stream is actually like APIs and stuff that they need to call. And I feel like they're literally missing out on a huge portion of the market base because of his pride and ego, I'm guessing. I don't know.
Absolutely.
Let's not even look at it like the Tesla side. Let's look at like Apple and all these other guys. They should want their music in the Tesla cars, right? Like they should be offering 3 months free to sign up, but like none of them are doing that. Why?
Because
if they can't get it in the cars first, why would they do that?
Yeah, they can't get in the cars. Why would they? They can't offer anything.
Yeah, same with Sirius. I know you can get Sirius off the web.
I think they can't offer it because Elon doesn't like Tim Cook. He doesn't like Jeff Bezos. He doesn't like YouTube.
See, and that's the problem when you get so big, right? Like, I mean, we all think, oh, it's great, Tesla's growing and it's successful and everything, but these are the downfalls and the pitfalls of getting so big sometimes. Now, Franklin, I don't know. I'm assuming you didn't, but maybe you did. But yesterday's WWDC keynote that showcased the next generation of Apple CarPlay, that looks amazing. That makes cars because traditional OEM infotainment systems suck. So we know, and when Apple CarPlay and Android Auto first came out, it was big. It was big that they came out and they were able to sort of rescue cars in a sense.
So for those who don't know, Apple released a full Apple CarPlay, which is the full control of the car, where you can control everything.
No, they talked about it. It's not going to be till the end of next year, they're saying.
Okay. It already exists on Android. It's called Android Automotive rather than just Android Auto. So Android Auto is like the phone streaming one. Android Automotive is your full-blown Android system. And then Apple CarPlay is going around the same route, so they're kind of playing catch-up to what Android's offering. Android's is already in existence in Volvo's. I think the Polestar 2 uses Android Automotive. Lucid uses it. There's a couple other brands I'm just drawing a blank on. There's maybe like a half dozen vehicles that are using it already. And
it taps right into the car.
Pardon? It would be brand specific? It would be brand specific?
So basically, it's not like you're using your phone to say, hey, my phone's going to be like a second screen. It becomes the entire platform of the car. So these OEM car makers that are making vehicles are going to be able to have like a really up to date, really state of the art UI system where you can control the temperature and everything else of your car that they don't have to do any programming for. So basically, like Android and Google and Apple are taking it one step further, and they're saying, okay, your phone's not even the pairing device anymore, but we're going to take over the entire like temperature settings. And
it's baked into the car. Yeah.
Baked into the vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And with like over-the-air updates and stuff, and BlackBerry has like a huge play in this as well because their whole QNX system. BlackBerry's like has all the sensor suite collecting data. Then you have Apple and Google that's going to like link and be the software suite. They're going to offer like a pretty compelling package of over-the-air updates with like the whole software suite's going to be really compelling in the next like 4, 5, 6 years as everything like advances.
Well, it's where I think cars should be. I mean, the cars these days outside of Tesla, because we're just Tesla, concentrating on Tesla, but there's cars out there that are like very sophisticated, and there's a lot of cars these days alone. Like I said, we concentrate on Tesla all the time, and we talk about autopilot, which basically is lane centering or lane keeping, and what's the I'm drawing a blank now.
Adaptive
Cruise control. Yeah, adaptive cruise control, right? That's all it really is. There's a lot of cars out that have that now. Now, I'm not going to argue who does it better than Tesla or who doesn't do it better than Tesla, but what I'm saying is it's out there, right? Whether it doesn't do it good or does do it good, technology is still out there. So the cars are very, very high tech as it is, and for them to be using these stupid, antiquated, and I only say antiquated because to me it seems like it's 10 years behind. Like, have you seen what's the Chrysler version? What are they? I forget the name.
Listen, you don't have to
terrible.
They're bad, like really bad.
Yeah.
But now you're getting like literally tech companies that are taking over that aspect where you're pairing them up with people that do the car hardware, and I think you're going to get like a really good positive end result.
Like I've had a Ford before Tesla for like 15 years, and they have sync. It's what they call it. I had sync 1, 2, and 3, and they were all horrible. Like
sync. That's it for Ford.
Yeah, non-intuitive at all.
Yeah. But they tout it as like the next best thing. It's like it's they just make it out to sound like it's so amazing, but it's crap, right? And now I wonder if Tesla's not going to fall behind. I hope not, but you got to wonder if they're going to fall behind when like Android and Apple start coming out with things that are baked in that uses the car's actual like internal operations of the car and not just the entertainment system. Because really, before Apple CarPlay and Android Auto really, if you think about it, it's just the media part of it and the navigation part of it. It didn't do HVAC and all that.
Like Tesla's already doing that on the screen, right? The only difference is that we don't have apps. We don't have like third-party apps that we have, right?
The biggest difference is those are going to be like second screen devices for your phone. Those are going to be like your car is going to work really well with your phone, where your Tesla doesn't do that currently.
Yeah.
And unless Tesla really gets a move on it, they're going to fall behind as like a companion. Like your phone's not a companion to your car currently, where it could be.
Well, it's still control. Like you can control the music and the temperature from your phone while you're driving as well.
No, I mean your phone interacting with your car as you're driving, not your your messages should show up better. Your information from your phone should show up better on the car.
Yeah, there needs to be more. Like I think they made some progress with the messages, but I think someone asked me like they couldn't figure out where their messages were going, right? And it's like you only get your messages from the messages you get while you're actually in the car. Which is like, why does it do that, right?
It takes forever for contacts to update, for example. Like if you update a contact, I don't know how you sync it. I still don't know how. I've owned my car for like 4 years.
Sync your contacts from your phone?
Yeah, so if you make an update on your contact, for example, it takes a while for the car to like refresh and update it.
I think, just saying, I'm not getting in a debate. I think iOS is pretty quick.
It's not my phone. It's the car that's not.
Yeah, no, I think it works for Apple pretty well.
You sure? Okay, I'm kind of tempted. We're gonna test it next
Yeah,
time.
no, I'll test it tomorrow. I'll test it tomorrow, and I'll let you know. No, if it isn't, it isn't. I'm just thinking I've never put a contact in and had to look for it in the car and not being able to find it. But I'll be honest, how often have I done that? Yeah, not often.
Instead of adding a contact, edit a contact. Like edit my name to like instead of I know you have me in as Franklin, put it as Franklin the Greatest.
I do not have you as Franklin. I can guarantee you that.
Change it to Franklin the Greatest of all time, and then see how long it takes to pop up on your car. Okay?
Oh, how'd you know? Yeah, no, you know what? That's a good test. I'm very curious now. I'll test that tomorrow. I can't do it right now. I'm doing a podcast, but I'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Do you guys have any stories?
Any what?
Stories.
Oh, I thought you said spiffs.
You're already there?
I'm like, you were already there, yeah. I said, do you have any spiffs? I'm like, no, I don't have any spiffs. What kind of show do you think this is?
A podcast. Viewers might be interested in that. I don't know.
We're not doing it on this podcast. I can guarantee you that. Frankly, I take it by you asking that you may have one?
No, you guys can go first. I have a lot of stories.
Oh, tell me a story. Because I'm getting one ready. Or Dan, do you have one while Franklin pulls his head out of his butt?
Not a long one, just
I'll give you a quick one. FSD almost killed me.
Okay. I want to hear that.
Making a left, FSD decided to go, and it was not safe to go. I pressed the accelerator. A car was honking at me. It was very scary. It was closer than probably I would have liked because the car misjudged it, and I didn't have time to slam on the brakes, but I had time to hit the accelerator, and the guy honked. Always be vigilant always pay attention while you're using FSD.
Yes, I completely agree.
Yeah, I find it very it'll decide it's like I don't know if I should go. Okay, I'll go, and then it's like, oh, maybe I should have gone, and then it just freaks out and sits there. Like once you commit, go.
Yeah.
And that's why I find that one of the lacking things is like it's indecisiveness. Like once you say you're going to go, you have to go. You can't turn around.
One of the do you have a student driver sign in the window? I have a huge magnet on the back of my car that says FSD beta and training caution to let people know. I find it helps.
Do you have a second one of those?
No, but I can sell you mine. It'll be a good deal. $5,000. It's half the cost of FSD.
There you go. Deal. That's a deal.
Yeah. Careful. It's an appreciating asset, Dan. It's going to go up. Yeah.
It's got to go down because eventually we're not going to be needing them. It's going to be feature complete next year.
At the end of this year. Come on, man. Dan, what's your story?
Not so much a story. Just I did add a yoke to my car today.
You did?
I did.
Pictures or it didn't happen?
Well, hold on here.
You can hold it to the camera, aren't you?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, there
Let's
you go.
see it.
It's not going to work. There you go, like that right there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So I have to say
Tell us.
It is. No, it's really fun to drive. It's like I'm a type of person who always holds the wheel, like the lower bottom portion of it, anyways. So it's a lot more comfortable.
Really?
And I find it's even. What's that?
Was it like super hard to change?
No, it's easy.
So would you do it again?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Did you
cool.
Like would I do it again, or
if I buy one, I'll bring mine to you. Then, if you're willing to do it again.
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's really simple.
Did you torque your nut properly?
Really, that was the hard part.
Yeah.
You need a really long. If I was going to do it, you really need a really long wrench or socket.
Cheater
wrench.
bar. It's called a cheater bar.
Yeah, you need. I use a pipe actually because I had none of that. So I kind of MacGyvered it to it. But yeah, you need one of those. But the wheel itself has been great. Like it's really fun to drive, and turning is no problem because the wheel's a little bit lighter, so like it just feels nicer to turn.
Sorry, did you say where you got it from yet?
I
Or you
got it
don't
from
wanna say?
Hand Show.
Hand Show, okay. I remember you
Yeah.
talked to me about that a few weeks ago. So that's cool. So far so good.
Yeah.
Okay. No, the Hand Show is not a sponsor. Don't of the show.
No.
That's good.
Yeah,
Sorry.
No free
I was
ads.
gonna say you got to be careful because my hand show front is totally messed up now. So
Oh yeah, you were saying what's wrong with it?
so it didn't open. Like my front would basically be jammed closed. So I managed to like open it and lift the latch, and then I have like a string system, pulley system now temporarily to fix it. I'll do a video on that because I know a lot of people are asking me when I
Yeah,
shared
please
it.
do.
Basically, I have a string that can pull the latch that makes my front open. So my front still opens and closes fine. It just the latch gets jammed, and now I have a reverse problem. The latch doesn't close properly. So anyway, I have just a string there just as a safety precaution until I get around to fixing it properly.
Now, is it the Hand Show part or the Tesla stock OEM part that's broken?
I'm not sure yet. I haven't got that far into my. Literally, I just threw a string onto my front to be able to open and close it just in case I put something in there. I have
Yeah.
not.
Well, why would you put something in there? No, the reason I ask is because I've had some issues with Hand Show frunks, let's just say. But you know what? For the most part, I've heard most people have been fine with it.
The problem I'm having, I believe, is the Tesla part. Tesla said it's $200 to get it fixed. I can buy the part and do it myself for like $40. So I just trying to figure out like when I have enough time to do it, and because I'll save $160 to do it myself, right?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Can you buy
'Cause
the parts catalog?
No, I just put basically all I did is put through my issue. Then they gave me an estimate of my part, and then I have the exact part I need.
Yeah,
and then
shoot.
I canceled my service request, and I'm gonna go and request to buy the part.
Yeah, they give you an invoice with the part number on it, right?
Yeah, but where do you get the part?
The service center. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, I used them to get me the part number through my service request, cancel my service, and then go buy the part from them.
But you didn't even need to do that. Like if you wanted to do that originally, like if you wanted to buy the part at first, you could just go online and find the part number.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
because
could.
the catalog went for you can download it for free for a little bit. I don't know if you still can, but I have it. And like you have all the diagrams, and you can just search for what you need.
Now, do you have the whole catalog, or is it catalog per model, or is it one catalog for everything?
I don't know. I only looked for the 3, but I don't know if it's for everything.
Oh.
I think it's for everything.
Oh, cool. Well, hold on to that in case I need it for the Y in a few years.
Yeah.
What I was gonna, I don't have really a story, but we were talking about the Cybertruck and me not thinking that we're gonna have, or at least I'm gonna be able to afford it. So just to make sure, and also I'm impatient. I really want an electric truck. I would take an electric truck tomorrow if I could afford it, and there was one available. And we know how that is. So what I did, and I don't have a screenshot of it, I couldn't find it. So I'm going to pull it down and just hold up my phone. I don't know if it's going to show that right, but that's what I did.
And welcome to the Rivian Talks podcast, everyone.
Yes, I did. No, it's not going to be a Rivian Talks podcast. But you know what? It's a great truck, and now that I did that, the camera's out of focus on me. Damn it. That's actually probably better. But I don't know. We have to wait and see what happens with the Cybertruck when it comes out, how much it's going to be, where I stand in line, because I'm not one of these guys that think, oh, you know what? I ordered a day night one, so I'm going to be no. I know how Tesla works. Seeing the Model 3 and the Model Y and the refreshes, how they've turned out, and there's no rhyme or reason. There's no obligation for Tesla because you ordered it first to put you at the front of the line. Trust me, there isn't. And as a matter of fact, actually, what I heard, I'm holding my phone like it's on it, but it isn't. I actually heard Rivian may be doing the same thing too. I heard that Rivian may be taking newer reservation holders and leapfrogging them over existing reservation holders that have had reservations for the last year or 6 months or something before the price hike. And I think that's pretty bad too, because obviously Rivian's doing it so they can make more money on the higher price car. Mm-hmm. I don't even know how much this is going to be, by the way, because the new Rivian way, they're not taking, like Ford did the same thing, just like Cybertruck. No one's taking orders anymore or reservations even. They're saying, if you're interested in it, give us your money. Ford's not asking for money, but give us your money, and when it's ready, and they give you a ballpark. I think Rivian said 2023, and they say when we're ready, we'll contact you for creating or what's it called, configuring your truck. So and it clearly states in there that they're not obligated to any pricing. So who knows if the price is going to be more by the time this comes out. So I might be truckless without a paddle. Julio wants to get an F-150. You know what? I like the F-150s too, and I'll take one tomorrow if someone will give it to me without the price gouging. Did you see the one in the States where the dealer doubled the price?
Yeah. It
was a sticker price of $69,000, and then a couple other things for freight and PDI and all that. And then it had, what was it? Market adjustment, I think it said.
70,000 or something.
Yeah, another 69,000. So basically double. And it ended up being, I don't know if that will ever sell. I don't know if head office will ever come down to that dealer and say, listen, you want to keep your franchise? I don't know. Mind you, I don't know if they can do anything.
I think we're in a really weird time, and when have you not been able? When the history of cars, when have you never been able to buy a car and had to wait 6 months and put reservations down? Like, this is kind of new to everyone, right? Yeah. And I think the companies who do it properly and do it fairly will kind of, like Ford's going to lose customers because of all these price markups, right? And like, if Tesla and Rivian get their act together and do it fairly and appropriately, then they can get ahead of the game.
Yeah. Well, Darren already put out an article today. I saw Drive Tesla Canada was talking about how the CEO, the boss at Ford, is really trying to double down on this buying your car online, buying it straight from the wholesaler, from Ford itself, and bypassing the dealers. They see that's, every car company sees that's the way to go. The problem is the cat is out of the bag with the dealership model, and these dealer associations are pretty strong. They're like unions, right? And they're standing behind their association and their dealers, the people that are paying them lots of money, and they're fighting them, and they'll fight them in court. And there'll be a lot of money for these big OEMs to battle that in court. And they know it. So right now, they want to do it, but they're testing the waters, and they're not really strong arming the dealers. But I think eventually it's going to come to a point where they're going to have to.
There's a comment here. I think
this
Mike
one?
Sharp said Rivian is going to go bankrupt. Get your money back. Rivian is backed by one of the richest companies in the world. They're not going bankrupt, I can assure you.
Who, Facebook? They're with Facebook now? Or Apple? They're Apple.
Amazon backs them.
Who's Amazon?
Amazon backs Rivian.
Emma who?
Okay, well, I'm not even.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're that old,
you did it for long enough that made me content. No, I know. Yeah, I agree. And you know what? We've seen videos. There was just a Sandy Monroe video of Rivian as they're tearing down Rivian, where they found it to be very highly over-engineered. To a fault, I guess. I mean, everything could be to a fault, right? If you do something too much, right? But they said that they don't know how they can afford to keep doing it this way, and also how the manufacturing and production can make any money by manufacturing it this way, because it's so over-engineered. Apparently, the battery pack has hundreds of spot welds that are manually done. Like no machine or no robot can do that many. Or if it is a machine that's doing it, it's taking that long to do that many welds, spot welds. I don't know. I just saw pieces of it. What's that?
So it's also a repair issue. I don't know if you guys saw that documentary with Ewan McGregor. Like when they had problems, they didn't know how to figure it out. They had to get the engineers on site.
Oh well, that was You're talking about when they're on the motorcycles. That was a great series.
Yeah, like the long way up.
Long way up, yeah. But that was early.
Prototype, but that was prototype. But so that thing made a point where like the engineers had to come down because it was they couldn't fix it by themselves.
Yeah. Oh, no, yeah. There's no way they would have been able to fix it. They didn't even know anything about it. But yeah. Okay, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining me and chatting with me on a Wednesday night, keeping me company and keeping everyone else company. Where can people find you, Dan?
I'm at Northern Tesla up there on YouTube and Twitter and a bit on YouTube. Not YouTube, sorry, Instagram. Trying to get there.
Yeah.
Maybe the TikToks, who knows? You
got a video coming out that we can expect anytime soon?
Yeah, I do them every week. Next week will be a quick tip.
A quick tip. Yeah.
A quick tip.
Yeah, I got to get back to those too. I've sort of slacked with my my 2-minute tip. Then they're never 2 minutes.
I think I'm just going to download your videos, Dax, just like rebrand them and just upload them.
Sure, why not? You have my full permission. Only you.
All right.
Where can people find you, Franklin?
Right here at my house.
Yeah. Those are new curtains you got. I like them.
Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah.
You haven't been too active lately.
I've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to be posting a couple of videos. I have a couple of videos in the works I'm going to be uploading in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, perfect. Cool. Excited to see that.
Been keeping my food channel going. I got my Tesla one going again, so just kind of having fun with it.
Cool.
Yeah, you can find me on Twitter at mfrunker. You can find me on YouTube at motherfrunker, also at motherforker if you're into food.
Yeah.
Start plugging that one. I feel like that one's like fun. And yeah, that's it.
I stopped watching your food stuff because every time I watch it made me hungry.
I get that.
Is that bad? Is that good?
Understandable.
Yeah. Did you think of that? What's that, Frank? What's that, Darren? Dan?
I still think of that Kit Kat cake you made.
Oh, I know.
That's one like my top video.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Yeah.
It's well though. Like it's the numbers aren't like as big as my Tesla one, but I just started it. But it's just like really fascinating how well those videos do for like a nothing channel. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's a nothing channel, but yeah.
It's 111, but anyway, yeah.
Thank you, Jean-Guy, if that's how you pronounce your name. And if it isn't, I butchered it. I apologize. Well, thanks to everyone that's been watching, everyone that's been listening, anyone that's on the audio stream on any kind of, almost any major podcast streaming network. We have it, and we just lost Franklin. But that might be a clue to go. But thanks for watching. We will try to do this again next month. If you guys got any questions that you want answered by these guys, we have different guests on all the time. Leave me an email or just get me on any social media platform. Obviously, when I say that, I mean like Facebook or Twitter or one of my YouTube stuff, videos or whatever. But if you want to just email me old school way directly, privately and everything, so no one else sees it, you can do that at Tesla Talks with an S, Tesla Talks Questions, also with an S, all one together, Tesla Talks Questions at gmail.com. Leave your question there, and I will certainly do my best to get it on every single week. Thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for my panel joining me, and we will see you guys here next time. Take care. Bye.